Mindfulness is an effective solution for anxiety. You may have heard of it, or maybe even tried it before, and maybe you saw some success with it, but maybe you didn't. And if you didn't, I get it. It seems like a bunch of malarkey when you first hear about it. How is being mindful of your eating and each task at hand supposed to help with anxiety? And how is it that I'm supposed to force my mind to be mindful of the task at hand when it's constantly planning for the future, thinking about every single little thing to do on your list? But let me ask you this. If mindfulness didn't work, why is it that Harvard researchers have been able to find that people's brain scans actually change after just 8 weeks of practicing mindfulness as a part of a study on mindfulness and its effect on mental health? In fact, these changes stay even while participants were not doing the mindfulness meditations. In fact, in 2012, a study showed that the brain of those who practice mindfulness or mindfulness-based meditation actually thickened. And other studies have shown that mindfulness reduces blood pressure, improves memory, and can change the way that your genes are expressed. It's an emerging field called epigenetics, which can reduce the risk of chronic disease and influence things like the amount of hormones and neurotransmitters that your body produces in these situations. These same hormones and neurotransmitters are often imbalanced in people who have anxiety. So if you haven't tried mindfulness to treat your anxiety, you're leaving aside something that could actually change your body and your brain's chemistry from the inside out. And it's a simple treatment. It's one that can be done almost anywhere, and it takes very little time or effort. So if you want to be relaxed, calm, and peaceful, like the person you've always wanted to be, instead of that anxious and overwhelmed person that you'd like to leave behind, I recommend that you give mindfulness a try. So now that you know a little bit more about mindfulness, what exactly do you do? How do you begin practicing? And when do you do it? There are a couple different types of mindfulness. There's mindfulness-based meditation, which is a very helpful type of meditation, and I speak about meditation in other videos. So the type of mindfulness that I'm going to talk about today is simply being aware of the experiences that you're having at each and every moment, and not allowing yourself to be distracted by the future, things to do or things to plan for, or things in the past, such as ruminations over your past behaviors, thinking about how you could have done something differently or how a situation could have gone another way. I have 3 simple steps to mindfulness that you can use in any situation. I recommend starting with mindful eating. And then you can expand your mindfulness to other scenarios and situations like work activities, taking a walk, or doing other activities. The first step is to become aware of any physical sensations that you may be having. The first step is to become aware of any physical sensations that you might be having. Become aware of your body and each part of it and how it's responding to different things like the sun, the weather, the foods you eat, and the drinks that you drink. The second step is to allow your body and your mind to truly experience each of these sensations. Focus on the sensation. For example, how does it make you feel? The inputs that you're getting from your body, like your tastes, sounds, smells, and feelings. For an example, if you're using mindful eating and you're eating a salad, instead of sitting there eating your salad in front of the TV while working, think about your salad and how does it make you feel? What are the textures? What are the temperatures? What is the mouthfeel? How does it taste? What are the different flavor profiles? How does it smell? When you do this, instead of focusing on everything else in your life, like what you have to do, you really do enjoy the moment a lot more. The third step is to reflect on the bigger picture of the meal. So think about where the meal came from. So where was the lettuce grown? How was it grown? Think about what it might be like to be on the farm where it was grown. Think about the nutrition of the salad and how every cell in your body is getting fed the nutrients that it needs to make you feel good. Do you see how this could be a more rewarding experience than choking down your lunch while doing 10,000 other things? Now I get it, you are a busy person, you're a busy professional mom, and this isn't always going to happen ideally. You can't always sit down and eat a meal mindfully. The kids might be screaming, people are calling, other people are demanding your attention. However, if you do try to practice it, the more that you do it, the more that you'll realize how much more satisfying the experience of eating can be when it's done mindfully. You may even notice that mindfulness works really well in other situations, like when you're driving, when you're playing with your kids, when you're with your family, when you're going out to eat, or when you're having a conversation with a close friend. Instead of glancing at your phone, you actually are there in the moment. As you truly learn to live in the moment of each moment of your life, you'll wonder how you ever lived by being distracted by everything else that was in the past, everything else that's in the future, instead of just focusing on the joy of right now. To get more tips on how to overcome your anxiety, click the link around this video to join my free Facebook group, or go to facebook.com/groups/anti-anxiety.